Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, in this video we will have our discussion on some integral aspect of the D9 chart or the Navamsa chart. So you must have heard lot many astrologers talking about that D9 chart acts like a heart and soul of your ascendant chart. Any information connected to like your matrimonial life, higher wisdom, much luck supports you in different avenues of the life, we get all of that from the D9 chart. But again guys, a D9 chart in itself, every attribute of the D9 chart has some vital information to give. So in this video we will try to look at it in different way. Like I would say, the approach which I follow whenever I'm approaching D9 chart for any sort of analysis. And definitely guys, if you have to understand like any case study, better it to be of a celebrity whose whole life journey we all are very much familiar with. So pertaining to the same like notion only, I came up with the chart of Oprah Winfrey, because definitely even when we are taking up any charts for the case study, birth time has to be accurate so that we will not find any issue in like correlating the life events of that celebrity with the chart. So I'm very much sure the chart on which I'm working on the Oprah Winfrey's case seems to be accurate. So okay guys, now before we will get into the different approach which I will be discussing with you over here, so let's first try to understand and look at her ascendant chart, D9 chart, and then we will try to start establishing connection between these two elements. So looking at a chart, she is a Sagittarius Lagna, ascendant Lord Jupiter is placed in the 6th house. That definitely makes your life very disciplined. Like this is a typical chart which can make someone workaholic. Second thing is that if you will pay attention over here, like I always say this thing, that if she has built a career, a brand out of like interviewing or a talk show, a radio jockey or public figure and all, so anything where speaking is an integral part, you have to always give attention to the 2nd house of the chart and what is happening with the Taurus sign. So ascendant Lord being there in the Taurus sign, and in the 2nd house you can see the concentration of the planets. She has Venus, Sun, Rahu and Mercury over there. Now definitely guys, Rahu's placement and that too over the Venus. And if you will look at her moon, so her moon is conjunct with Mars in the 12th house. Now guys, there is one thing which I always say in majority of my videos, that Saturn and moon combination, so called as the wish yoga, poison yoga, it is more harmful in a female's chart compared to a man's chart. Same way, when we talk about Mars Venus conjunction or Mars moon conjunction in a female's chart, somehow it makes her prone and vulnerable towards some sort of assault and all. And we all know that she has spoken about that in her early life. During her teenage years, she was assaulted, sexually assaulted by her own immediate family relatives only. So all of that we can see correlate over here looking at her chart. In a chart, if the Kendra Bhava angular houses are empty, it is not considered as very good. Defining part of her chart is her Saturn to be exalted in the 11th house. But she has always her pinpointed focus on a larger picture about serving the middle classes, about the self-help, like woman empowerment. So definitely if you have Saturn strong and strengthened in the 11th house, that definitely makes you a philanthropic and a humanitarian person. And so that we can definitely see over here. Now guys, if you will look at her D9 chart, definitely Venus, in her case, Venus and Saturn are the two most important planets for making her what she is. So she has a Taurus rising, Venus being placed over there. So media, broadcast, network, woman empowerment, fashions, public speaking, that definitely played a very integral role in her life. Now guys, in lot of her interviews, she has mentioned this thing, that irrespective of having a boyfriend, a relationship for like more than 3-4 decades, but she still used to call that person as a spiritual partner. Now if you look at in the D9 chart, the 7th lord is the planet Mars. It is conjunct with Ketu, spiritual partner. She never preferred to get married, because she knew this thing, that that's gonna take a toll on her dedication, her devotion, her obsession with her commitment towards her talk show, towards the work, right? Even she in certain instances has ridiculed as well that how can a woman sacrifice her career, her identity just for the sake of raising children and all of that, which did not get along very well with majority of the people. But yes, so that we can see the seventh lord being conjunct with the Ketu in the D9 chart, being debilitated. It's telling about that. Even in the ascendant chart, seventh lord is placed in the second house, but it is eighth from it, which is not considered as very good. So all of that we can correlate looking at her chart. Now guys, now comes the part for which we are having this video, we are having this discussion, which is about when you are approaching the D9 chart, every element of it becomes important in a way that if Mercury is about communication, your business acumen, so its D9 vibration and impulse will tell about that how divinity can help you, how you can strengthen the prospects of the Mercury business acumen and all through the support of the luck, what kind of mojo you can add to it. Same goes with Venus, it has to do with relationship, the matters of finances, wealth and all. Saturn is about hard work, your career, recognition, respect in the society. So what I'm trying to say over here is that now we will try to understand that how all these planets are responding and going along well with the combination energy coming in from their Navamsa. Now guys, over here definitely I have a lot many time talked about the Rashi Tulya Navamsa and all, but in this video we will be focusing on step by step approach and we will look at how planets are going through transition. So guys, let's do one thing first. So as in this slide you will see that I have ascendant chart on the left, I have D9 chart on the right, and first we will try to understand individually that in which placement the planet is going. If you will see its zodiac sign placement, its Navamsa placement from the Lagan to the D9 chart. I am very much sure that all those people who have learned astrology in a very structured way, like D9 chart, even making it from the hand is not that difficult. Manual calculation of D9 chart is not that difficult, but I am talking here for the better understanding of a layman. So ascendant, if you will see, so ascendant from the Lagan in the D9 chart, the ascendant has become, if you will see, it's the sixth sign of the ascendant. So definitely that tells about that luck will only support you if you are going to be very meticulous, hardworking in all aspect of your life, being very serviceful. If you will look at her sun, now sun which is placed in the Capricorn in the ascendant chart, in the D9 chart it has gone to the Taurus. So that means it has gone fifth place from it. So definitely guys, when we talk about all the qualities of the sun, which has to do with the recognition, which has to do with the fame, so her fame is definitely going to be coming in. Luck will only support her if she is going to be building it through some creative means, staying original, along with that having that academic intellectual energy attached to his or her persona, her fame. You will not, like, this is a typical placement. There have been those cases, like I will definitely take up the case of, like, this could be Didi's case, Kim Kardashian, or all those kind of people who build a career out of scandals, controversy and gossip. But here it's something else. When we talk about moon's point of view, so moon from being in the Scorpio in the D9 chart, it has gone to the Libra. So that means it has gone 12th place from it. So definitely guys, this vibration also tells about something to do with unconditional surrender, sacrifice and serving to those causes which no one is paying heed or attention. If you look at the Mars, now again guys, in her case Mars and Rahu Ketu are sensitive. You would not believe the day she is born on January 29th. Immediate next day the Rahu Ketu turned and changed the axis. So Rahu was very much prepared from Capricorn to enter the Sagittarius, and Ketu was very much prepared from like Cancer to enter the Gemini. So she was born right at that stage when Rahu Ketu were in a mode of transition. So you can see little bit over here as well. And Mars in her case, like Mars has just a day before has entered the domain of the Scorpio. So now talking about Mars, so definitely Mars is, it has gone 9th place from it. So we all know this thing, that determination and willpower. So all that hardship which she has endured, she used that energy, drive, determination, anger, frustration, only to inspire, only to uplift. If you look at Mercury, now Mercury has gone 8th place from it. So definitely when we talk about for her profession, for her identity, if I were to describe her profession, see, now we can relate her with Saturn, the work which she has been doing, or Venus with the wealth and the woman issue she has talked about in her whole life. But somehow her profession individually is somehow connected with Mercury, domain of communication. So Mercury is 8th, it has gone 8 places. So that also tells about that something to do, unless and until there will not be some research and deep insight and talking about those trauma, psychological stuff and all, pent up issues and all, the Mercury will not work to with its best of the capabilities. Talking about Jupiter, Jupiter has gone 4th place from it. So definitely see the true wisdom and those qualities of being very much true to the core culture, traditional values of yours. Like she has been raised in a typical Christian with typical Christian values, and that's what she has stayed very much firm and loyal towards, if I'm not wrong. Please don't quote me on that, and if it is something else, please mention it in the comment section. But as Jupiter's placement 4th from it, that also tells about that somehow you get that solace, that peace when you are in the pursuit of something which is very very holy and all. And I guess I have seen like in our Oprah Winfrey network a lot of the shows and episodes which is connected with the faith. When we talk about Venus, definitely Venus is like has gone 5th place from it. So it also tells about that something to do with personal magnetism, originality, and that sort of queen kind of. See, Leo is not only about king. In a female's case, like she was the queen of the media, and she has won lot many awards. We can see how Venus is functioning. When we talk about from Saturn's point of view, definitely see, the thing is Saturn is about masses, and if it has gone 5th place from it, so it also tells about ruling over the masses, and definitely that we get to know from her placement. Saturn from the Libra was in the Kumbh Navamsa, Aquarius Navamsa. So that also tells about that she will rule over the masses. And again guys, when we say masses, it's not about you are successful or famous or recognized only in specific categories. You rule over the masses, the collective. Now guys, and second thing which I wanted to say over here, Rahu Ketu are Vargotam. So definitely that gives it more power. Now the second point of discussion over here is that, now what I did is that in this chart, the same concept of the Rashi Tulya Navamsa and all. So what I did that for those people who are new to astrology, so as you would have seen that in her case, her ascendant was of the Sagittarius and her D9 chart was of the Taurus. So what I did is that if you actually want to understand that, okay, how in the life of this person, luck and divinity support or guide this person. So all what you have to do is that you will keep the ascendant D1 chart like this. You will take the same lagna. Planets from the D9 chart, you will lift them the wherever they are placed and you will place it in the ascendant. So for reference, for example, in her case, she was Sagittarius in the ascendant chart. We draw all the houses 9, 10, 11. We placed all the signs. Now in the D9 chart, we have to see, okay, where Sun is placed. Sun and Venus are in the Taurus. Now place them in the Taurus, which happened to be her 6th house. Okay, where Mars and Ketu are placed. They are placed in the Cancer. In the now in the chart, the chart which we are now going to study. So over there, the Cancer sign will fall in the 8th house. You placed all the planets over there. Now we have to make an observation. So guys, now if you will see over here in this fresh chart. Now in this slide, as you can see that we have her ascendant chart, and now we are looking at how the divine impulse is supporting her in this chart. So that's very simple. If you will see, somehow Saturn is influencing the vibration and energies of her 3rd house, which is a very good sign. Saturn in any way in the 3rd house is considered as very strong because it gives you strength to build an empire, to build something on your own through your self-initiated efforts. Rahu in the 2nd house definitely gives you that sort of magnetic charm and hypnotic attraction to your speech, to conjure people. And Rahu is Vargotam as well. if you look at her Venus and Sun, so definitely the true luxury would have only come to her. The true fame with the Sun would have only come to her only if she have remained disciplined, and she would have talked about catering to the needs and suffering of the people and all. Now looking at her Mars and Ketu, so definitely Mars and Ketu in the 8th house, I guess that was the only reason that all she has gone through, all sort of sexual abuse growing up, and the denial on the account of the partners and all, through a legal marriage and all, we could have seen with this kind of placement as well. Mars Ketu in the 8th house is a sensitive alignment, and I can assure you, had she gotten into legally wedded marital ties, any divorce could have actually caused a rift that she might have to give away a major portion of her fortune in settlement and all of that. So this is not a very good sign. If you have Mars and Ketu very strong in the 8th house, it is never considered as a good sign. Like these are those people who in the alimony and in the divorce settlement, they lose a major chunk or share of their fortune. So I guess in this way she remained kind of lucky. Definitely Jupiter Mercury in the 9th house, so the luck aspect in any way was supporting her. You watch her like documentary or her biopic, you read about that, like there were those instances where she was actually losing the hope, but somehow one thing and another thing kept coming up. So that also tells about a strengthened prospect of the luck and the aspect of communication in the 9th house. And I'm very much sure that she is very like connected to the theology, God's work, inspiring people, doing some uplifting work. You can definitely see over there. And definitely Moon is in the 11th house, that too in the Libra. So all of that, the feminine concerns, because Moon and Venus, they both are in the Venus in signs ruled by the planet Venus. So that also tells about that, yes, deep inside she was a typical and very loyal, truthful advocate of the female rights, female empowerment. You can definitely see over here. So guys, all what we did in this video is that we generally, after looking at the ascendant chart, we are in a habit of looking at the D9 chart. We are in a habit of looking at the strength and dignity of the planets in the D9 chart, especially the planets which are currently operating over you through the Mahadasha, Antardasha and all. But over and above that, you have to also see these two things you have to also include in your assessment, that from the ascendant, which place the planet has gone. That will tell you something about the innate divine pulse of that planet. And second thing is that Rashi Tulya Navamsa becomes very important, that okay, whatever your D9 chart planetary placement is, that place those planets in your ascendant, and then you will get to know that okay, in which way somehow the divinity is protecting you. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.